This question is for third grade. It is a double-digit problem using the tool of addition. Our problem states, John has some pencils. He gave 19 to Billy. Now John has 13. How many did John start with? Our first step is to determine what type of problem this is. We can do this by asking a few questions. The first question we must ask is there a change occurring in the problem? If we look at the question, we can see that the total number of pencils John has does change because he gives some away, so the answer is yes. The second question we must ask is this a join or separate problem? In the problem, it's stated that John gave away 19 pencils to Billy. By taking these out of the original whole, it created a separate problem. By answering these two questions, we can determine what type of problem this question is. We said that yes, there is a change, and between join or separate, it's a separate. This leads us to state that this is a separate question. Next, we must represent the relationship between our numbers. We will use the linear model represented through diagram strips. Let's look at our problem. First, we have the start number, which represents how many pencils John started with. This is our unknown and will be represented with the purple strip. For now, we will just label it with the section start and we'll return to it later. Next, we have how many pencils John gave away. The red strip will represent this and we will label it change. When drawing the brackets, we will need to use an arrow instead of a line to represent that a change is taking place. Also, it will need to face to the left because in the problem it said that John gave away 19 pencils. So we'll need to show this with the arrow. Secondly, it says 19. That's the number that we need to have labeled here. That can be represented with 1 rod and 9 blocks. Lastly, we have our result, which is how many John has left. The blue strip will represent this, and we will label it result. We know that he has 13 as a result, which can be represented with 3 blocks and 1 rod, which equals to 3 ones and 1